guys, so today is test day. We're going to take out the Blade 350QX and put it through its paces and see what all the flight modes are like. I've already done a couple of modifications, as you can see here. We've swapped out the, I think it was the EC3 connector for an XT60, because all my 2200 milliamp batteries take XT60, and I also modified the stock battery that comes with it as well to an XT60. So let's take it out and have a fly. Before I do that though, I'm just going to quickly show you the flight modes. It's important to know these modes so you understand what mode you're in during flight. So radio on. Now underneath here is a switch so we can turn it on. You'll turn it on and leave it nice and steady. And that's it initialized. Right. Time to learn the switches. The trainer up here, you hold that, that is fail safe, so that'll bring you back and land or return to home. Your channel 5 switch here at the top is smart mode, so basically like intelligent orientation control on the DJI Phantom. Into the middle you have a stability mode, so kind of like flying in GPS mode, but you don't have any height hold, so all the height is down to you on the throttle. And then right down is your agility mode, so you can do all your flips and rolls. This is quite dangerous. If you're new to it, then you've got to be careful with that. So as you can see, as you flick from the flight modes, green means you're in your safest flight mode, which is smart mode. Flick down into blue, that's your stability mode, and then when you go down to red, that means you are in agility mode, so that's the most dangerous one of them all. If you're not a pro at flying, then don't fly in that. And now as you can see, the lights now are solid. That means I've got solid GPS lock. While they're flashing, you won't have GPS lock. If you take off while it's flashing, the wind will blow it around and take it around, because there is no GPS coordinates to keep it still. So you can see in all flight modes the light is solid. On the right hand side of the radio you've got your rates. So I've got it on high at the moment, so you can have it on high or low. Basically this is kind of like stick sensitivity. The more, say if I'm on low and I push the sticks a small amount, then it will only move a small amount. If I put it on high and push it a small amount, it will really start to fly quite quickly. I prefer to fly on high. I think the low is set far too low. I tried to have a little go yesterday before it started raining, and I put it into agility mode, put it on low, and yeah, there wasn't enough reaction time in the sticks or from the quad to level itself quite quick enough. I was only doing hovering, but I managed to tip it over on the floor. But it proved the point that once these props do hit the floor, it will automatically shut off, and this LED will start flashing white and it start giving you a little beep. So that's your little science lesson over. Let's get outside and do the practical. So we're out at the field and it is still extremely windy still. I don't know if you can actually tell. So this should be a good test for the Blade. So let's get it out and see what she can do. Okay, so we got our Blade here. I'm going to fly it with the GoPro 3 attached, just for that little bit of extra weight, because it is rather windy right now. We'll take off in smart mode, so switch right up in green LEDs, then we'll see what that's like and go through the modes. That's how windy it is right now. The wind's actually spinning the props. And we're going to wait for full GPS lock. We can tell that because the flashing lights will go solid. At the moment we're flashing green to say we are in smart mode and waiting for GPS. Okay, so we're going to take off in smart mode, which is the switch all the way to the top. To take off, we're going to do a quick left right. That arms the motors, and then we'll lift up. So in this mode we've got altitude hold and position hold. I haven't touched the sticks at all since taking off. I just lifted the throttle up slightly. Now because I am in smart mode, it doesn't matter which way I face the quad. If I pull back, it will come back. So it's kind of like flying in intelligent orientation control on the Phantom. let go of the sticks and you can see it's just hovering there now. As I say, it is windy today. Let's test the safety mechanism where you fly towards yourself. It should stop itself, so I'm going to pull it right back now and see if it stops. Flying back, and it stopped itself. I've got full back on and it won't come back towards me and hit me. So I can still fly away, fly around. The sticks are very slow to respond in this mode, because it is for beginners. So I'm facing right away from me now. If I turn around and face myself, I'll pull the stick back, it'll fly towards me even though it's facing me. And again, hits that 15 feet barrier and stops. It won't come towards me anymore. Now what you have to watch for is if you switch into stability mode, the quad will drop down, because as you can see I'm on very low throttle right now. And when you drop down into stability mode, it will drop down a lot, so you have to be quick on the throttle to bring it up. So I'm going to switch now to stability mode, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You see that? So let's have a quick fly in stability mode. Now there's no height hold on this, but there is like a GPS lock, so if I leave it in one place it should stay there. Technically I should be able to go up and down as much as I want, and it will stay in a relative small area. So a thing to remember as well, when you're in stability mode, you can come close to yourself and actually crash into you. But she's pretty quick. Okay, so let's try the return to home, which is the trainer switch here. As long as I'm holding that, it should return to home and land itself. So I'm going to pull this now, and it's flying back towards us. Actually it's flying upwards and towards us. And it's stopped, and it's coming down. It's still got hold of the trainer switch. Not a bad landing. Still got hold of the training switch. You can see the red flashing lights on the red LED on the quad, and it's powered off. Okay, I've put a fresh battery in now. Now we're going to test the return to home, and halfway through flying home I'm going to let go of the switch and see if I can take control of it again. Okay, so I'm way across the field now. I'm going to hold return to home now, and it's flying its way back. Okay, I'm going to let go in 3, 2, 1, and controls back to me. Okay, so now I think it's about time we try agility mode. I am fully expecting to crash this now, so I've moved over to a little bit longer grass just to take some of the brunt. I've also taken the GoPro Hero 3 off, so I'll wear that on my head, so hopefully we can track this while we're flying. So let's see if we can do our first flip or roll, and yeah, as I said, I'm probably going to crash this. So there you go, guys. That was a quick show of the Blade 350 QX. I'm very happy with it. To summarise everything up, the flight modes, smart mode is a little bit confusing for me because obviously I'm used to flying. If you're brand new to the sport and this is going to be your first quad, then I'm guessing it's probably going to be essential for you. But I wouldn't really want to learn in that mode because that's not true flying. But anyway, that'll help you new guys out. Stability mode works very well, very fast. Quite happy with it. The only thing is the height hold. There is no height hold. It's all down to you on the throttle. I would have preferred the flight controller to hold it at a certain height if I kept the throttle in the middle like the NASA does. But I guess that's just because that's what I'm comfortable with. And agility mode, fantastic. Those flips I was doing were really smooth, very easy to do. So yeah, to summarise up, a fantastic little quad. Another thing, the return to home. I prefer the return to home on this than I do on the Phantom, just because it happens so quickly. It starts coming back to you, and as soon as you let go of the switch, all controls are back to you. So the one thing I don't like is when you're in smart mode and you flick into stability mode, you have to be really quick on the throttle, because in smart mode the throttle is really low, and it will hover from a really low point. And as soon as you flick into stability mode, the quad's going to drop out the sky. You need to be really quick, get that throttle right up. So that's one thing to watch out. Switching from stability to agility mode is fine because the throttle position is pretty much the same. The only thing I should have tested a little bit more would have been to fly in agility mode more and then flick into smart mode to see if that will save me from crashing. Say if I got all squarely up in the sky, flick it into smart mode and it sort itself out. I did a little bit of a try in stability mode and it worked fine. So, you know, if you try agility mode, just remember to flick that switch right up if you get in trouble. Or possibly, I didn't try it, but possibly flick and hold the return to home on, because I imagine that will level the quad as well. So to summarise up, fantastic little quad. Is it better than a DJI Phantom? Yes in some ways and no in other ways. You're not going to really want to fit a gimbal to this, you know, nothing heavy. Stick the GoPro on it, maybe the video transmitter, and do some FPV with it, but don't be going sticking gimbals and things on there. I don't think it's really meant for that. It hasn't really got the power for it. Just enjoy it for what it is, which is a fast, fun, very agile quad. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.